Hello, all my circus freaks out there. It's story time, and I am your humble storyteller. Well, no fanfares today, no stories, no promos. This is really just kind of me and the camera. I wanted to talk candidly to y'all for a few minutes, if you would have me. I'm pretty sure if you keep up with the channel, you'll have noticed that we haven't uploaded as frequently here of late as we were. That's because I've kind of come to the realization that the setup I've got is just not going to cut it. Granted, I was, kind of using what was available to me, that being my phone and whatnot. And for what it is, it's great. But in order to be taken seriously, I really do need, a decent camera with a microphone, lighting, a decent computer that'll handle editing, maybe even a green screen setup. So that's a lot where my energies have been kind of dedicated to lately. I'm still trying to figure out, all the ins and outs, and then, comparing prices between top of line stuff, bottom line stuff, trying to find, the best bang for my buck, as it were. But once that hurdle is hurdled, be expecting the frequency of our videos to increase again. But several people have commented that the sound is not all that great, the lighting, all these things. So that's really what we need to concentrate on next. Before the ring, before other things, we need to have a decent recording setup. And maybe that should have been our focus from the beginning, but out of the gate I was all gung-ho, and not that I'm still not. It's just, as I'm learning about this process, I'm having to adjust my thinking about how to approach it, Like I've said before, this whole thing is a learning process, and I'm enjoying it. It's just I've got to educate myself to it. So, it is what it is. So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks to a month, I'll be able to locate, a camera, lighting, computer, etc. within my budget, and we'll be able to start uploading, better quality videos, which that in and of itself will, improve our chances. Still haven't, put anything to the sideline. I still want to do the storytime videos where I build the lore of Arcona. I still want to do more promos, kind of building those storylines leading up to the start of the Champions Tournament. I'm still trying to find, the right kind of players. At the beginning, I was like, I'll take anybody, but I've kind of come to the realization that there are many different kinds of D&D players. None of them are wrong. None of them are right. It just depends on your play style. And I need a specific kind of player, someone who will be able to stay in character, be able to react, in character, because that makes for better storytelling. So I've still a lot of work to do there. I'm also trying to set up a time where I can meet with an old friend of mine and record some songs and stuff so that, we'll have better quality on that end. So I'm really excited about that. Kind of been on a songwriting spree, because my initial goal was to, have, original songs for all the characters and, for the different bits, like the war cry videos will have a separate kind of song, intro, kind of theme song for it, as opposed to the game, as opposed to my general, videos. And it's a lot of work, and I thought I knew that going in, but the reality of it is that, sometimes things just don't go according to plan. Some of the funding I thought was going to be there initially never happened, that is what it is. But, I've kind of come to the realization that the less hands that are in this, as far as money goes, the better. Not that I wouldn't refuse offers if they were offered, but I'm not going to ask for them. And in fact, I kind of discourage them. I've entertained the idea of like doing Patreon maybe, and I might eventually have to do that. I think it's kind of for small content creators, it's kind of a necessary evil. But to me, it seems like panhandling. I just, I'm not wired that way. But, who knows? I'm still kind of up in the air on that. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Should I, with 60, 62 or 3 subs, which we're at right now, would it even be worth the time? And probably not. I mean, I don't know. But something that's kind of gotten overlooked, and I should have really stressed more, is the charity work I want to do. Because my end game from this whole project is to A, be able to provide a better quality of life for me and my family, but B, be able to entertain people and also be able to help my community by, maybe supporting local businesses or setting up a local charity. I've mentioned before that either, doing some sort of donations based on how many views or subs we've gotten. That might be a little bit out of my range. Well, I guess everything's kind of out of my range right now. But, like I said, that's something I've thought about. I've also thought about, setting up a storehouse of musical instruments that I can lend out free of charge to people, students, church choirs, or, just if you want to start a band. So that's kind of still in the works. I haven't given up on anything. It just means that we've had to adjust our timetables. I mean, in a perfect world, we would have been recording matches and games and these little comedy bits I want to do months ago. But the reality is that, it just wasn't in the cards. This isn't the end of the road. This is merely a bump in it. Like I said, as soon as I get a decent setup, I'll start posting more frequently. As of right now, scheduling, time for promos and stuff has been kind of a nightmare, honestly. Everybody works. Everybody's got, family stuff. Everybody's got personal stuff. And, that is what it is. But I think we're kind of moving forward. We're trying to come up with, a best time, date, and situation where we can all get together and with enough time to be able to record the videos we want to record and, be able to take the time we need to, do multiple takes if we need to. That's not to say that, during the matches, that's a one and done. That's a one camera, one shot from start to finish, as well as the game. But by that point, we'll have everything will be ironed out, and we'll, everybody will know what to do and when they're doing it. And for the matches, it'll just be, live essentially. But I guess that's about it for this time, y'all. I appreciate y'all's indulgence. I guess all that's left to say is like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I love y'all, and I hope to hear from you soon, all my circus freaks.